In a world of shortcuts, we choose the long road. Where others seek hacks, we build habits. Where comfort is king, we crown discipline. Welcome to the discipline theory, mastering habits, unlocking potential. They told you that discipline would set you free, that once you mastered it, life would open its doors to you and welcome you in with open arms. They painted it in glossy images, perfectly planned mornings where the sun rises gently over a clean desk, sweatless workouts, where every rep looks like a magazine cover, neat journals filled with inspirational quotes. But what they never told you is that the real face of discipline is not polished. It's raw. Its eyes bloodshot from early mornings that came too soon, muscles sore from pushing too far, a voice that doesn't speak of glory, but of exhaustion. Discipline, in reality, does not greet you like a friend. It confronts you like an adversary, testing every part of you before it ever gives you anything in return. What they also never told you is that discipline has a price far greater than your comfort. It costs you your company. The path of discipline is not crowded. It is narrow, almost invisible, and most will turn away long before they ever step on it. When you commit yourself to this road, you begin to notice the distance growing between you and the people around you. Not because you think you're above them, but because the sacrifices you make don't align with their priorities. You turn down the late-night outings, the casual indulgences, the wasted afternoons, and while they smile in the moment, they will soon see you as different. And different makes people uncomfortable. They'll call you obsessed, too strict, unreasonable. And before long, you will realize that the path you have chosen will have you walking alone more often than not. Discipline is not something you can show off like a trophy. It's not a medal you wear around your neck or a title you can put on your resume. It's a weight, and not a physical one. It's the mental, emotional, and sometimes even spiritual burden of holding yourself to a standard that most people will never even try to reach. Every morning when you wake up early while the world sleeps, you carry that weight. Every time you say no to temptation when no one is watching, you carry that weight. Every time you push yourself to train when your body is screaming to stop, you carry that weight. And here's the reality. No one else will ever see it. They'll see the results one day, perhaps, but they'll never understand what it felt like to carry something so heavy for so long without recognition or applause. Discipline is not loud. It does not parade through your life with fanfare or flashing lights. It is quiet, sometimes painfully so. And in that silence, you are left with nothing but your own thoughts and the sound of your own breath. This is where most people break. Not because they lack the ability to push forward, but because they cannot endure the absence of external validation. They are used to applause, to likes and comments, to someone telling them they're doing well. But discipline doesn't give you that. Discipline demands that you work without acknowledgement, that you show up without anyone noticing, that you keep going even when no one will ever know you tried. This silence is the graveyard where most resolutions die, because only the few can find strength in the sound of nothing. The battles of discipline are not fought in grand arenas with cheering crowds. They are fought in the smallest moments, in the quietest decisions. They happen when you drag yourself out of bed at 5 a.m., even though every cell in your body begs you to stay under the covers. They happen when you walk past the foods you crave without taking a single bite. They happen when you push through the last set, the last mile, the last minute, even though there's nothing left in the tank. These are the battles that no one talks about, because they aren't glamorous. There's no medal at the end of them, but they stack one on top of the other until one day you realize they have built the version of yourself you once thought was impossible. That's the irony. The smallest, most invisible battles create the strongest warriors. The world will never tell you directly, but it does not want you strong. It wants you easy to sway, quick to distract, willing to indulge. Entire industries are built on the hope that you will break your promise to yourself. They package weakness in bright colors and sweet flavors, in shiny screens and endless scrolling. They flood your senses with pleasure so you forget the pain of discipline, so you forget why you started in the first place. Because a disciplined man is dangerous. He cannot be bought with cheap rewards or manipulated with fear. He does not bend to trends or crumble under pressure. And so the world works to keep you soft, because softness can be shaped. But discipline shapes itself, and that makes you untouchable. Every journey has a point where turning back is no longer possible, not because the path is blocked, but because the person you once were can no longer survive where you've come from. The point of no return in discipline arrives quietly. You don't notice it at first, but one day you realize you've sacrificed too much to go back. You've left behind comfort, old habits, people who once filled your time. And when you look back, you see nothing but distance, and the bridge you crossed is gone, burned by the very choices that brought you here. Ahead lies uncertainty, struggle, and a mountain that looks too high to climb. Behind lies nothing but the shallow life you've outgrown. And so you take one more step forward, because even if the road ahead kills you, going back would kill you faster. In the beginning, the weight was unbearable. Every morning felt like a test, every choice like a battle. You ached in ways you didn't know you could ache. But somewhere along the way, without fanfare, without applause, you changed. The weight didn't get lighter. You became strong enough to carry it, and then stronger still. What once bent your back now straightens your spine. The same discipline that felt like a prison now feels like armor. You've built calluses on your mind as much as on your hands. You are not the same person who started this journey, and you never will be again. The transformation is not visible to the crowd. They still see you as they did before. But you know, you feel it in the quiet moments. You know that you could carry what would crush others. Comfort will not fight you openly. It will not storm the gates. Instead, it will sit beside you like a friend. It will offer warmth, a soft place to rest, sweet promises that you've done enough for today, and you will want to believe it, because the world has told you all your life that comfort is the goal. But here's the truth. Comfort does not care about you. It wants you slow. It wants you passive. It wants you to settle for good enough so that you never see how far you could have gone. Comfort will smile while it steals years from you. It will hold your hand while it robs your potential. And one day, you will wake up to realize that the life you wanted is gone. Not because you lost it, but because you traded it away for something soft. Comfort will not fight you openly. It will not storm the gates. Instead, it will sit beside you like a friend. It will offer warmth, a soft place to rest, sweet promises that you've done enough for today, and you will want to believe it, because the world has told you all your life that comfort is the goal. But here's the truth. Comfort does not care about you. It wants you slow. It wants you passive. It wants you to settle for good enough so that you never see how far you could have gone. Comfort will smile while it steals years from you. It will hold your hand while it robs your potential. And one day, you will wake up to realize that the life you wanted is gone. Not because you lost it, but because you traded it away for something soft. Discipline is not your friend. It is not here to comfort you, to make you feel good, to wrap you in warmth on cold mornings. Discipline is cold. unforgiving. It does not care about your mood, your excuses, or your reasons. It demands that you show up regardless. Rain or shine, sickness or health, happiness or despair. It will never lower its standard for you, and that's why so few ever master it. Those who fail see it as cruelty. Those who succeed see it for what it is, the only honest teacher you will ever have. The cold truth is that discipline will break you again and again until all that's left is the version of you strong enough to survive it. And if you are not willing to face that, you will stay the same forever. One day, after years of silence and sacrifice, you will arrive somewhere most people never reach. Not a place you can point to on a map, but a state of being, a level of strength, control, and self-respect that cannot be bought, borrowed, or faked. The people around you will see the results. They will call you lucky. They will think you had connections, advantages, or some secret shortcut. They will never understand the truth, that you built all of it in the shadows, alone, when no one was watching. They will want the reward, but they will never endure the process. And deep down you will know that this is the real reward, not the success, not the admiration, but the knowledge that you did it, and no one can take that away from you. In the end, you will see that discipline never promised you an easy life. It never promised happiness every day, or comfort, or fairness. What it promised, what it delivered, was transformation. It took the soft parts of you and hardened them. It took the weak parts of you and made them unbreakable. It burned away every illusion until only truth remained. And the truth is this: you cannot have discipline and live like everyone else. You cannot have strength and still worship comfort. You cannot build yourself into something unshakable without first being willing to break. That's the brutal truth they'll never tell you, because it's easier to sell you the dream than the cost. But you now know the cost, and you've already paid it. You've been watching The Discipline Theory. New videos every week. Master your habits. Change your life. The undisciplined quit here. The rest, they subscribe and show up again.